Networking and marketing made simple is for you, the business owner who has a product, a service, or a message that you believe in. My name is Scott Aaron, and each week we'll take a behind-the-scenes look into the real-world marketing and networking tactics and strategies for getting what you have in front of you to a lot more people. Thanks for spending time with me, and now let's get started. Hey everybody, welcome back to another dual episode of Entrepreneur Rescue Mission and Networking and Marketing Made Simple. I'm here with my beautiful wife and co-host, Nancy. Say hi, Nancy.
Hi.
Okay, there we go. Anyway, as you can see in today's description and the topic of the episode, we're going to be talking about the whole notion of the importance of, you hear this all the time, getting rich quick in business, but also the huge importance of building your personal and business brand. So, Nance, do you want to kind of lead in and kind of describe where this topic came from, or do you want me to just kind of dive right into it?
Yeah, no, I'm happy to dive in. And I mean, I know this kind of hits a little bit more home to you, which we're going to share that story in just a second. But I can't stress enough about how important this topic is, just because, even my book, right, How to Build a Personal Brand on Social Media, I talk about how your personal brand is your reputation, right? It's what people click on, what they search, what they see. And it's so much more than just a product or a company or, again, there's a lot of people who do network marketing and things like that. I can't stress enough how important it is to build your own personal brand and your own business outside of that, because in the blink of an eye or a finger snap, things could all go away. In fact, I was in the process of, we have a program, a social media posting platform, and I was in the process of going through and making sure that our terms and conditions and our partner agreement, was fully updated. And I want you guys to realize, and that's what we're going to kind of talk through, when you work for someone else, when you are an affiliate of someone else, when you are a network marketer or someone who is using a company or leveraging a company to generate income, you're at the mercy of that company, which means if that company goes under, if that company goes public, if that company decides to change their structure in any way, they don't owe you anything. So the business and the life and the things that you have built, they could all be gone in a blink of an eye, in a finger snap. So what we teach and what we're so passionate about is helping people really build and grow outside of that. And so, Scott, if you want to really share the story that kind of ignited this conversation, I just want to get really real with people, not just to wake people up, but also put in perspective of what this could look like.
Well, the notion of quote unquote putting your eggs in one basket is something that I experienced myself. I think you guys have heard part of my story. There was a network marketing company that I had partnered with a number of years ago that had frozen my account because of people complaining that I was teaching others how to use LinkedIn and charging for it, blah, 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 when I was not, violating any rules or regulations. It was a separate business. It was a coaching and consulting practice that I started. But there's two specific things that come to mind. A friend of mine was also in network marketing, and they had built a wildly successful business. I mean, they were a top leader, 35, 40,000 a month, reoccurring residual income from what they built. And sadly, and everything is okay now. They've pivoted. And I'm gonna. It's a perfect lead in. So, sadly, the company that they had partnered with, without much notice at all, I think it was maybe 60 or 90 days notice, they were switching the compensation plan. Which, again, if anyone's listening to this, it's in network marketing. The companies that you partnered with do not have to give you any notice. Don't have to run a change to the compensation plan by you. They can just do it because you're an independent contractor. You're basically the sales force that really doesn't have a say in how that's to be done. And unfortunately, this particular company switched their compensation plan model from a multi-level aspect, so more team building, to a singular pay model, meaning you would only get paid on the people that you personally brought in as consumers, customers, and business builders. So this individual was severely affected by this. Their income went from about 35 to 40,000 a month to about $2,000 a month in about 30 days. Now, they have more than recovered, because at the same time, this individual was building their personal brand. They were doing an amazing job. They launched a podcast. They had some coaching programs. They had a mastermind. They did speaking and one-on-one consulting. So all along behind the scenes, there was other revenue coming in. So they had something to fall into, much like myself. And it goes to show that if you're putting all your eggs in one basket, and that basket is tied to a company that you don't own, much like an employee, you have the same risk as an employee. You know, an employee can be fired or terminated, or that company could close down at any given time. If you're an independent contractor that's income is solely based on a downline or a customer base that's tied to another company that you don't own, and that company decides to change the compensation model, or God forbid, goes into bankruptcy and has to foreclose and sell the business or close altogether, you're not guaranteed anything. You're literally cut off from your income. So the most recent story I heard, a friend of mine shared a link to myself and Nancy to check out a really big shakeup. And this was about, at this point, this was probably at the time you're listening to this episode, about 6 weeks ago. So there was a prominent high level network marketer in a very well-known company. And this individual is involved in a very large lawsuit with the company that they had partnered with. And reason being, without notice, about a month prior to this lawsuit, their account was terminated, meaning it was not renewed. So within network marketing companies, you have a yearly, not just the monthly reoccurring products, but you have a yearly subscription. Basically, you have to pay for your business. And the company had chosen not to renew his positions. So he had a position, his wife and his 3 kids, and they terminated them without notice. And when they realized this, they said, "Oh, we made changes to the plan. We have the right to terminate anyone's this, that, or the other." Long story short, the lawsuit encompassed a couple different things. One, unlawfully terminating someone's position without prior knowledge or a change to the plan, which they did not agree upon. But the most important thing is that they were basically suing the company based on information that they knew that they were sharing with the company about. They were leaning too heavily on this term of get rich quick, meaning you build it, you can stop touching it, it'll pay you for life. So this is a lot of what, if any of you have ever been to any network marketing conferences, one of the big things that's taught about is building this legacy income, this residual income. And I, for one, will tell you straight up that there is no stopping in building a network marketing business. You know, I grew my network marketing business to a very sizable level. And when I decided to step back, it took about 2 years to completely bottom out, meaning the income stopped coming in because I wasn't building. So for the notion that if you think you build it and you get it to a certain point, you can kick back and drink those margaritas that they say you can, it's a fallacy. And I applaud this person, multiple 7-figure business owner, calling this company out. And he ended up winning the lawsuit, got his position reinstated, and the company had to back pay him for all of the money that they were withholding from him for unlawfully terminating his position. So this brings us to the secondary topic of the importance of having multiple streams of income from your business, building your personal and business brand. But Nancy, I want you to quickly touch on this notion of this get rich quick, because the get rich quick scheme that you hear about in network marketing, affiliate marketing, MLM, all that stuff, it holds zero weight. You cannot get rich quick in network marketing. And it was interesting because as we were talking about this lawsuit, you and I were also listening to this incredible podcast that actually talked about the reality of what it truly means to get rich quick in business. So let's dive into that.
Yeah, I mean, the whole get rich quick thing really rubs me the wrong way. And it's really funny because it has taken us seeing behind the scenes. It has taken us seeing, really what is really going on, versus what people are putting out there time and time again, listening to podcasts, interviewing people, talking to successful business owners, so on and so forth, to know the truth about business. And that's the thing. We love to tell you guys the truth, right? We like to share, what we know. And getting rich quick. And whenever I say getting rich quick, we're talking about like, oh yeah, building 6 figures in like 2 days or 3 days. That's like that I can equate that to like winning the lottery. It's like 1 in like a million chance, right? Of actually doing something like that, right? Whenever it comes to business isn't hard. In fact, I tell Scott, I talk about this all the time. It's not hard, whether it's a big business or small business. A lot of the mechanics are the same. A lot of the operational processes, the different functions of business are all the same, right? That's pretty simple. But the thing is, and the fact of the matter is it takes time to build the foundations of a business, to successfully set up, the services, the programs, the products, to build the audience. More now than ever, right? People want to work with people that they trust, that they know, that they like, right? People are scared. In fact, we did another episode on how there's a bunch of nasty people out there just preying on people and trying to get money, for a quick dollar. Well, people are apprehensive. So it takes time to build the know, like, and trust. It takes time to build the credibility. It takes time to get the testimonials and to get the, I call it the snowball, right, rolling for your business. So back to Scott's point, right, where what does that really look like to get rich quick? Well, I want to put this in perspective. And in fact, I'll use the book. There's a book that I've recently been reading. It was actually recommended by Ali Abdul. He's a productivity expert, and he coined it as one of the best books to read whenever it comes to, building wealth and things like that. And it's called The Millionaire Fast Lane. And I thought one of the comments in the book was really, really insightful, and it was really interesting. And that's what kind of sparked this conversation as well. It was talking about getting rich quick versus getting rich slow, right? And we talk about people who work their life away, right? These people who work. They put their head down, they're spending less time with family. They're spending their prime years of their life, right? The young years of their life when they're able and capable of doing all these amazing things, working in their job for hopes that one day, maybe in their late 60s or 70s or even 80s, right, can retire. And we know that that's not really even happening nowadays, right? People are still finding it hard, to live off of Social Security and, all those things. Okay. So that's what they consider getting rich quick, or slow, right? That's the slow way. And that's like, fingers crossed, everything works out. And, we're in this job that's supposed to be safe, but even that's not safe. Okay. Then we look on the other side of it and we talk about the get rich quick. Now, the get rich quick that the book talks about, this millionaire fast lane, we're talking like 5 to 10 years. Because guys, when we put it in perspective, again, right, going back to the basics, building a business with great foundations, great bones, a business that is built to sell, a business that is built the right way, right? And we're talking about all the things, getting very specific on who your audience is, knowing your services and products, doing the market research, making sure that you are establishing all those core functions and those things that go into running a business. It does take time. Now, what I will tell you is as technology progresses, as AI gets wild and crazy and super fun, in my opinion, we're able to do things at a much quicker speed. So can we write the copy for our website much quicker? Hell yes. Can we write up our sales funnel email sequences, and can we, create a lead magnet, much quicker than we did before? Absolutely. But I'm going to go back to what I just said before. It still takes time. Okay. It still takes time to build the know, like, and trust. It still takes time to build your audience. It still takes time to grow your email list. It still takes time to do all those things. So when we talk about getting rich quick and being honest about it, and again, not treating it like a lottery ticket, like, oh yeah, you have a 1 in a million chance of doing this thing that we're saying that anybody can do. No, if you want to do it the right way, you got to do it the right way, right? And the fast lane is still 5 to 10 years. Okay. And in fact, I do believe, and I'm just going to be honest, and Scott, I'd like to hear your opinion. I honestly, full-heartedly believe that if you are fully focused, if you are willing to put your head down and do the work, if you are willing to turn off the faucet and the hose of knowledge and information and buying all these courses, and you hone in and walk through what we call the valley of focus, and you stay on course, I do believe that anyone building a successful, good business can be a millionaire or build a millionaire and a very successful business in 3 years. Anyone can. But what is that going to take? A lot of discipline, a lot of focus, a lot of grit, a lot of determination, a lot of working towards building out all of those things. Okay. But building a successful, sustainable, long-term business is going to take some time.
But in all reality, 5 to 10 years, 5 to 10 years is not a long time. That's quick. If you think about the snapshot of our lives, I think Nancy shared this with me, though. The average life expectancy of a human is like 74, 75 years. So if 5 to 10 of those years is spent building and growing your business in the grand scheme, that's like a blink of an eye. We always say how fast every month, every year goes. And it's the truth. If you put your head down, you stay focused, you get crystal clear, and you're consistent with what you need to do, I think you can ask anyone, and you ask them this question: if you could take the next 5 to 10 years of your life and build out something that you love, that you're passionate about, and it will reward you with a 7-figure business, would you do it? And they would say yes. Think about that. Like the pressure that sometimes is put on people to, like, you got to go from 0 to 1 million in 12 months. It's not going to happen. That's called winning the lottery. And, 2 things: most people don't win the lottery. And number 2, 75 to 80% of people that win the lottery end up losing all of it within 2 years that they've won it. And you want to build a sustainable business. That's why Nancy and I, we are in the valley of focus every single day. We are looking to grow incrementally year in, year out, but we have a 3 to 5 year plan, and we're sticking to it. And we know that we are going to be exactly where we want to be at the end of those 3 to 5 years.
Well, and here's the thing, right? So just, again, throwing it out there, I get it. There's people who have built a business, and they have, brought in some income, and it's exciting and it's awesome and they're rocking and rolling. So what we're talking about is building a long-term sustainable business, right? A real business that's set up with, legit, business functions and things like that. And so there's always, and I always talk about this, right? There's 3 big phases of business. It's that building stage where you're building out the foundations, where you're getting all those things established. You're creating all the basics whenever it comes to that. And you're selling, hopefully, right, your services for the first time. Maybe you're doing a little bit of, some testing. You're getting a lot of feedback from your audience. You're starting to get some testimonials. And then you move into that grow stage where now you're selling and you're getting some momentum and you're going. And then, of course, we lead into the scale stage. And each of those phases have their own different challenges, right? We see it every single day. In fact, in our program, Expert Authority, which is our mastermind hybrid, we're actually getting ready to open the doors, soon, right? In September, right, Scott? Yep. So we've been talking about it. We're definitely been talking about it all month, right? But we're getting ready to open the doors. And, the big thing to note is in that program, every single person and every single business is different. Okay. We primarily work with service-based businesses, meaning you're working with someone. So we work from anywhere, we work with attorneys, we work with business professionals, doctors. We even have a lot of coaches, consultants, course creators, even, a couple agencies. So here's the thing, and the key thing to note is everyone is starting from somewhere. We meet everyone where you're at. We create a really solid strategy with tangible tactics, action items to get you to where you need to be to achieve your goals, to get to that next step in your business. Are you looking to build? Right? Do you know what you want to do? You're the expert in a certain area and you're like, all right, well, I just need a really nice, solid, group of services to offer to people. And I need to build up my sales funnel and I need to make sure all the bells and whistles are set up for success so that I can move into the growth phase. Yeah. So again, if you are in that stage where you are now growing, right, and you're in that growth stage and you're kind of stuck and you're like, all right, I'm working one-on-one with a lot of clients, but I'm not sure how to take my business to the next level. In fact, we had one of our members who joined us was in this very spot. She had built a phenomenal business, was in an amazing, point of her business, but she was really looking to grow and scale and really take it to the next level. And what were her results, Scott?
Um, so I shared this in a previous episode. She in 2022, she had made about $50,000 for all of 2022. And she let Nancy and I know in the first half of 2023, she had doubled her income that she made in all of 2022. So she made over $100,000 in the first 6 months of this year based on just and people had asked her, like, how did you double your income in half the time? She said, all I did was listen to what Scott and Nancy told me to do on our strategy session calls. I applied it, rinsed, washed, and repeated. And here I am. And the great thing is she's working less now. Her and her husband bought an RV and they're kind of traveling around the country right now. And she goes, I'm picking clients up when I'm on the road. There's just a lot more work-life balance and integration. And again, we've talked about this in previous episodes. Nancy and I did an episode back in August where we went over how we actually only work 3 days a week. And just to kind of give you a visual of this, we're recording this on a Friday, which is our day off. We have a dentist appointment in about an hour. And we had breakfast and Nancy's like, hey, I got some stuff on my mind. Do you want to run downstairs and record a few podcasts? That's what we're doing. And that's the flexibility of this. So let's just wrap this up. Let's put a bow on this. We hope you learned a lot from this episode. And the fact of the matter is, if you're looking to grow and scale and you need help seeing the label of what you're looking to build, because Nancy always talks about you can't see the label from inside the jar. Just imagine having two sets of eyeballs of people that have grown and scaled their business and their company, and they're going big places. And I'm talking about Nancy and myself. We're there to help and assist you. And all you have to do is have that tunnel vision, apply what it is that you want to do with what we suggest, because we are suggestive coaches. We are not, this is what you have to do. We make suggestions. So we want to kind of wrap this up. If you're interested in learning more about our group coaching mastermind called Expert Authority, but also would like to take a free business assessment to see what you actually need help with in your business, we invite you to go to www.thetimetogrowth.com. Nancy always laughs when I say www.
www. Yeah.
Because everyone knows you got to go to www. So go to thetimetogrowth.com. You can find out about the Expert Authority Mastermind. Click on the link. You can schedule a free call with myself and Nancy, but also take our free business assessment so you can see what you actually need help with. So everyone, we hope you enjoyed today's episode. Love and gratitude, and we'll talk to you next time. Bye, everyone. Thank you so much again for checking out today's episode. And if you are listening through iTunes, Spotify, wherever you are, Please leave me a rating and review. Let me know what you loved, what you would like to see improved, or ideas you have for future episodes. And if you are interested in taking your business to the next level, don't hesitate to go to my website, www.scottaaron.net, where you can schedule a free discovery call with me, where I can learn more about you, your business, what you're struggling with, and how we can work together. And don't forget to check out my wife, Nancy, and mine, our free community on Facebook called LinkedIn Leads for Life. We would love to see you in there. Have a great rest of your day. And thank you everyone for your support. Grateful for each and every one of you.